Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Tamar,
Hey guys, I'm Will.
and you are watching our review of Married at First Sight. I believe it's episode 14, season 12. So let's get right into it. It's gonna be a real short review. I mean, if I had to rate this episode, I'd probably rate it a C. But let's get into it.
Yes, let's go.
So first on my list, I have Clara and Ryan. So let's just talk about them.
Clara and Ryan. You wanna go first?
Yeah, so what I wrote about Clara and Ryan was that first I said Ryan said Clara is what he acts for in terms of the characteristics, characteristic wise. Clara is a feelings person and he said he's not. And I was thinking of, like, we went to a conference and we learned about like people's personalities, like leadership personalities, and Clara would be in like the feelings box, and Ryan is more strategic, logistical. But I think Ryan does get in touch with his emotions. He's actually very introspective. I actually think Clara is actually overly emotional. To the point where you know those people that just will cry over every little thing, like she doesn't even know someone and they move away and she's the first one to cry. Yes, like chemically imbalanced emotional, where Ryan is very introspective and he takes everything seriously because of all the emotions and feelings that he has. And I also said, oh, well, that's what I said. And then, so what do you have to say for them?
For me, I really don't think they're going to last. It's all in Ryan's hands. She did say she know what she's gonna say, but I don't trust her answer. I think she really wants to be with him, no matter what happens. But I just feel like Ryan, like he said, he's like analytical. He has a like analytical approach. So he doesn't seem like, to me, he wants to be with her. And when it came up, what something came up.
When they were doing the
the personality test. Her answers like had him concerned in a way. I wish they would have showed more of that, because I know he was supposed there was supposed to be a test, and then they were supposed
Enneagram
to
test,
compare things.
the
And
personality. Well,
we took plenty of those before.
yeah, we've taken a few of those tests. I think Clara, I think he was turned off, like her character as a person he likes.
Yeah.
But her substance, and I've said this in other reviews, she lacks substance. She is even though that's not her real hair color, she's a ditzy blonde. Like, she has no substance. She's just like, huh, duh. And he's very intelligent. He's very introspective. And that's a turn off. That would be a turn off to me if I'm with someone who really has no goals, who really doesn't are not who's really not thinking about life the way he is. Like, so I would be turned off if I had a partner that just didn't think about stuff like that.
I think I feel like from his perspective, I feel like he's been a little bit too, like, I feel like he's not really giving her a chance to even be that way, because sometimes in a relationship you can talk about having goals. Like, even though she don't have goals, he can say to her, this is what I don't like about you, this is what I want, I'm hoping that we can work on, versus taking mental notes.
He takes mental notes, and then he tries to make her think that way instead of just being direct. Also, I think he low-key wanted to be with a black woman. I don't know. But okay, so
he did mention sometimes he likes to talk about sports.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
well, I don't, just because sports doesn't necessarily mean black women. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you watch every, like, Married at First Sight, when they talk, I forgot the name of the show with Jamie, but when they talk about what happened in the last episode, he's been wearing, like, Ahmaud Arbery and Black Lives Matter, and he's been wearing a lot of, like, t-shirts that say a statement. And even on the show within itself, almost every scene, if he's not dressed up, he has Breonna Taylor, he has something on. I think, just my opinion, maybe because he grew up around, even though he's black, culturally he's white because of the neighborhood he grew up in, the friends he has, maybe he didn't know how to approach a black girl. And because this show doesn't literally this is the first interracial couple on Married at First Sight, maybe he automatically assumed, even though he said he didn't have a preference in who he was dating, he just assumed the show was gonna find somebody of color. But I think that he really does like her regardless if she was black, white, or whatever. But I do think low key,
I think that excuse me.
Ooh, bless you.
So I think that first of all, I think the show could have did a much better job at finding a more, I'm gonna say this, attractive white woman. Like, yeah. I don't feel like, to me, I don't think she's not ugly, right? But I felt they could have did Jay
Leno-ish.
They could have did much better, and to have your first interracial couple, let it be.
They could have did much better on him because he looks like a Keebler elf.
Yeah, well, it's hard for me to kind of judge guys. I don't, but like he, from looking at her, she's not really that attractive. Like, she's not someone where I would be like, ooh, yeah, I want to be with you. So it's like now you left me with no choice but to try to fall in love with someone that there's no attraction to, and we can relate that to anyone else.
I think he is attracted
but at least
to
Paige,
her.
At least Paige has something you can like about
her body.
Her body, like, I mean, come on.
Her intelligence. Paige was intelligent. She had a nice body.
Yeah, like, at least you can find something to pull from these people. I mean, she did say she get them off every night, so I don't know if she's like doing other stuff. You know what I mean? But like, that's not even winning him over. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that.
I think they're gonna last because he's the type that doesn't want the embarrassment of a divorce. He said it.
Yeah.
He said that he does not believe in divorce. Like, no matter what, he's gonna say yes. And she said that, like, I think she's so kind of like in love with him that she's not going to leave him either. So I think they're going to say yes. I don't know if they're gonna last 5 years.
Or he may say no, and then she may not give up on him and chase him down. And next thing you know, they're together. So.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know if I could see them long. I think maybe if she matures a little bit, but.
Well, yeah, let's move on.
Next. It's been longer on them than I wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Eric and Virginia, because that's who I had next.
Okay.
So Eric feels he's not Virginia's number one. Same thing as like he said last week, and I feel
even her best friend.
Yeah, and I feel so bad because Eric is so in love with Virginia.
Yes.
And Virginia, I literally said that he poured his heart out to her. And she then goes talking about she doesn't believe in soulmates. And honestly, she's broken and she needed therapy and not a marriage. And I've been saying this every single review. Virginia has a lot of deep-seated things that needs to be worked out. And she's going to break Eric's heart if she does not seek therapy. And I feel like it's kind of unfair to Eric. The way, like the way she's kind of her immaturity and stuff. And then she invited her guy friend to talk over, is she going to stay with him or not? And that to me was disrespectful, because your husband has an issue with you having guy friends, and yeah, you can have a guy friend, but where I draw the line with that is you don't talk about your marriage to a single guy friend. However, I do give props to her guy friend for saying let's call her their girlfriend, like their friend.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
I thought that was really good at him. Yeah, good for him.
I mean, think you covered everything. For these two, it's mainly like the house situation where they're gonna live at. The pet thing, she has to have all the pets with her, and he's actually saying, like, if when your lease is up, come live with me. But I feel like these two might, like, we know he's gonna say yes. I have a feeling she's gonna say yes too because she she wants that. She wants someone to want her, but at the same time, she don't want to like accept it. She like use she. I feel like she tries to use anything she can to get her way. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, or to try to basically not be able to understand like what a marriage is supposed to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that can be like some sort of hindrance um, because she will always use, like this is your thing, that's your thing, that's your view, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see what she's saying. Like, what about my view? Like, those things are good, like concerns to have, and but pretty much is the same thing with them from last week. Like, what? So what happened tonight to me was no different from the last 2 weeks. Couples got a chance to know the pros and cons about each other, and tonight was basically the same thing where they actually spoke to each other, friends, and then they had a meeting and dinner, and spoke in bed about what's gonna happen. So to me, it's pretty much the same thing from the
Yes.
last few weeks. The stories haven't really changed. So
Except for, let's go to Brianna and Vincent.
oh yeah,
I feel like Brianna and
this
Vincent.
is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, so Brianna and Vincent, they're definitely staying together. However, I do think production try to make drama when there isn't drama, just so it could be like, oh, are they gonna stay together or not? But they're one of those couples, like, everybody knows they're gonna stay together. And Vincent, one thing I love about him is he's very real. And when they were in bed talking, he was saying how Brianna, he was telling Brianna, oh, please, we know who's gonna stay together and not. Like, he's real. Like, in all the years I've been watching this show, like, I've been watching this show for a lot of years, and I've never heard another couple say, okay, we know who's gonna stay together. So he's very real for that.
You know what's funny? And I know this is not about me and her, but whenever I'm real like that, like, you don't find me real. I don't speak my mind, speak my heart. And
I feel
sometimes
like
that
I'm
can
more
be a
real.
weak. Sometimes I think people can take that for like men are too emotional when we are that real. I feel like they call us like emotional, because we speak our mind a lot in certain ways. And I feel like I do speak my mind pretty much a lot. Sometimes it's annoying to you, just like it annoys her. You know what I mean?
I think it's like the emotional. It's not that that's annoying. It's just being overly sensitive.
Yeah, he is. He can be.
And you can be overly sensitive too.
No.
But but the breakdown and issue in their relationship was Bree then goes and say, well, one thing that I didn't like about you that was a turnoff for me was that you were unorganized. But then I realized that I'm organized for the both of us. So that hurt Vincent's feelings. So then Vincent doesn't have I'm not going to say he's not intelligent. I don't want to say that. I think he doesn't know how to use his words correctly or together. Why can I, now that I'm saying that, I can't think of the word, but anyway, so he basically went tit for tat, and he was like, well, when we first met and at our wedding, when everybody said you were bossy, that was a turnoff. I felt like he just said that because he was hurt by Brianna, so he just said that to like get under her skin and say like, oh, I got turnoffs about you. But then Brianna took that to heart, and I'm like, Brianna, you're constantly saying you don't like this about him, you don't like that, and then he says something that's a turn off, and then now you're mad.
Yeah, like, to me, I always wanted to see this couple put everything out front because I know they're the type that can turn it around and talk through their problems. I felt like they played it safe. To me, my personal opinion is I felt like they played it safe for too long, and now it's a little too late to wanna like really like indulge in these issues. You know, that should have been done up front. You know, those times when Vincent was a little bit overly sensitive and being like too in his feelings, and then also the same thing with Bree when she was like taking shots at him. You know, trying to be like sort of controlling, like when to go to sleep, when to wake up, put away your phone. You
Yeah.
know, those things. You know, even though they discussed them, I felt like it wasn't enough. You know, black people, we fight, we argue, we don't hide stuff on TV, we don't try to be professional. You know, some do, but like at the end of the day, I
It's
wanted to
gonna
see
come out.
them throw down, get it out the
But they
way.
haven't had anything serious to like
I think
fight
that's
over.
serious. I think it's serious because to see him get so bent out of shape, like I see him get so angry, and he admitted that's a problem. He said he gets in that mode, you know, and that
Yeah,
can be a serious problem
it could
if
be.
it's
I
not
know,
addressed.
and I'm with you, and you're very much like him. so so it can be, but I honestly think that production is making it worse than it really is. Like, you know what I mean? I think that the both. Oh, that's the word I was thinking of earlier. I think that Vincent lacks the articulation. Sometimes when he's trying to express something, so it comes off. You know, with him saying things like to Brianna, you know, that was a turnoff, or I didn't. He's but I think they're very much in love with each other. They're going to stay together. I do recommend and think that they should go to therapy to sort out their feelings and emotion, and just for Vincent to be able to properly articulate what he's trying to say.
And I think Vincent Friend like gave him some good advice.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the one I seen tonight give the best advice, you know, because he told him not to look at the bossiness as her being bossy, but as you do want someone that's gonna be direct, right? But then Vincent was like, yeah, I tried it before. He has to try new things. The same thing with the horse thing. He wasn't with. I'm like that too. We stuck in our ways. You know what I mean? Like when your whole life you're a certain way, you know certain things, you kind of used to it, and to step out of the box is something that you know is uncomfortable. You got to be vulnerable, and I think if he's like more vulnerable, she's willing to help and be there for him in
I
those
agree.
moments. You know, so yeah.
I agree. All right, so let's go to our last couple, Haley and what's his name? Eric, Vincent,
Jacob.
Jacob. See, um, I really didn't write notes on them, so we'll take it away.
So this is the thing with them. I feel like so you know last week Jacob just left, right? But I was happy tonight to see that that didn't put it didn't put like a nail in the coffin of them trying to work things out. If anything, I saw them pick up tonight where they left off at before he left the house. I saw great communication. I saw great body language. My only concern is that Haley, you know, I think that you know she is gonna consider his like she did say she don't understand his humor, you know, but I think you know if I like there's something in me I have this great feeling that they're gonna end up being together, because he's gonna say yes no matter what. He's gonna go with his gut feeling. He wants to know that he's there. I'm willing, and she even said good things about him too. You know, she just gonna have to really figure out is this what she really wants, and if this what she really wants, you know, he's willing to change some things. You see, you brought him clothes. He tried the clothes. And you got to understand his jokes. You know, he doesn't joke like everybody else. His sense of humor is not like everybody else.
And honestly, I think that with the two of them, it's just I feel like Haley has certain ways. She's a douche, period. And that with the pretty bow. And but I think they're going to say no. But I would recommend them to stick it out with each other for a year. Because they have qualities within each other. I think that Haley has to get over herself and take down that wall that she has. And also, now that we see how her mother reacted over the bracelet, she needs better guidance. So she also needs therapy.
Yes.
She has to do self-work, or she's going the same way Vincent, I mean, why can't I think of this guy's name? Jacob. Ended up being 39 without being in a serious relationship in 10 years. The same thing is going to happen to her, because her last relationship was her high school boyfriend. And she's 29. So she needs to do some self-work. And I think Vince, wow, I'm really bad with the names today. Jacob needs to also, I think he also needs therapy as well. There's some issues there about his like weirdness that been there since he was a child that wasn't addressed. And I'm all for quirky and weird people, and I don't want anybody that's weird or different to change, but there are things about him that I can see that he needs to work through. But other than that, like, I think if they give each other like a true try for at least a year, I actually could see them working out.
Yeah, I think they can go past the year, but I get what you're saying. But that's pretty much it, guys. Next week we're gonna be so excited because it is the
decision
day, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then we have to find we watch a lot of reality shows, different shows. I mean, I did not create my channel to do reality TV show reviews, but if that's the direction it's heading. I'm kind of like scared to like post other stuff, because like we got new subscribers and stuff, but we do watch a lot of shows. We watch 90 Day Fiance, we watch Love It, all the couple shows we watch.
Yep.
So
even Love Island,
everything, we watch all those shows,
and those are funnier. I think those are
yeah, we watch all those. We watch the dramas. We watch a lot of TV together. So let us know in the comments any show that you would like for us to review.
I would love that. Yeah, please put it in the comments.
Please, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
And until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.